All right, I'm sitting here with Boyd Allen, ahead of his fight on ESPN Africa. How do you feel about getting this opportunity, firstly?
Yeah, I'm super excited to compete for ESPN Africa. I think it's a great opportunity for South African boxing, and it's about time. We're looking forward to it.
And for yourself personally, coming back, it's been a while since you've been in the ring. I know that you had a fight scheduled and it just never happened, but now this fight's coming up. I mean, how important is that to you?
Yeah, I mean, we've been working hard. We've been working hard since last year for October, then December. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned with regards to the fights. But we've got a fight now, it's signed, and I'm super excited. I can't wait.
Not too far to travel. It's actually close to your gym, and you're familiar with it with the EFC as well. How cool is that?
Yeah, I mean, the Performance Institute's an awesome venue. I think it's very crowd friendly, and it's just a nice atmosphere to fight in. So looking forward to being back there, and it feels like home ground.
For you personally, there was a chance that you might have fought MMA this year, boxing. You know, it's a little bit of both. A hybrid athlete, as you call yourself. Deciding to do boxing as a first, what did that come down to?
Yeah, look, I think the opportunity came up and we took it. We like to stay active, we like to compete, and just stay working. I mean, stay on top of things, and I think that's what we're doing.
So in terms of going forward this year, have you put out a plan this year as to what you want to accomplish in maybe either discipline?
Yeah, so I want to compete as much as possible. Obviously, I've still got quite a while that I can still fight for, so I want to fight for as long as possible. Be it in boxing, be it in MMA, it doesn't really matter to me. As long as I'm active and I'm competing, that's what's most important.
All right, well, let's look at your opponent, Linda Inchangila. Southpaw, tricky. What do you think of him?
Yeah, he's a lefty and obviously quite tricky. He's tough. He's gone the distance with guys like Brandon Tace and Simon Ladler, so obviously an experienced campaigner, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity to test myself against someone at that caliber.
He got stopped in his last fights in the second round. How much do you read into that before stepping in with him now?
No, I don't. I think looking into that type of stoppage is pointless. I mean, everybody puts in a full camp for a fight and they come ready. So just because you got stopped in your last fight doesn't mean it's going to go the same way this fight. So you prepare as if you're fighting the best in the world. And that's been my mindset from the beginning of my career to where I am now.
And obviously, I spoke to you about before the Cyril fights, about your training and your setup. Is it exactly the same as it was back then?
My training's obviously changed a little bit more boxing dominant now. Staying sort of away from the jiu-jitsu and wrestling, just for the time being. Obviously, while I'm prepping for a boxing camp. But yeah, I still compete and train in all disciplines when I'm not in camp for boxing. Yeah.
All right. So you feel like you are a better boxer because obviously the last result that you had didn't go your way, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think obviously we put in the work and we work out what we did wrong and where we went right. So we just build up and we get better and we hopefully perform on the night.
What sort of a performance are you expecting from yourself in this fight? So it's an 8-round fight?
Yeah, so it's an 8-rounder. I want to be able to just practice what I've been putting in practice, and hopefully that comes off the way we want it to, and if so, we'll be victorious on the night.
I know you don't talk about strategy, and I don't expect anyone to talk about strategy, but do you anticipate anything special from yourself in this fight, or is it just going to be like, as you said, just improvements?
Yeah, no, just preference. There's not much of a strategy. I think you just got to be willing to take the opportunities when they're there and see the openings and take them when they're there.
All right, cool. So, any difference in terms of does Boyd go to war this fight? Does he continue boxing on the outside? Do you give away any of that information?
No, we don't give any of that away. I mean, my opponent will kind of try and figure that out on the night, and I think that's up to him to do.
How do you rate him amongst your previous opponents?
No, he's the best opponent I'm going to face because he's my current challenge, and in my mind, he's the best.
All right. And then from his side, have you guys been in contact at all?
No, we don't know each other. I haven't really watched him fight. He's probably watched one or two of my fights, but no, I don't know him.
You've held a title in boxing before. Is that something you want to get it back this year?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to hold multiple titles in both sports, MMA and boxing. So, yes, it's definitely a goal of mine.
When you go on an ESPN card, have you had a conversation to maybe ask them, is there going to be a plan for the year or something like that?
Well, I haven't spoken to them much about it. I think maybe this is the proving grounds just to see where and what's happening and if they want to put us on future cards. So I'm looking to put on a good performance for the promotion.
A lot of people obviously take an interest in your career. You got a whole gym that you run as well. So important not to let a lot of people down, right?
Yeah, I think also just sort of paving the way and showing them that it's possible, and that's something that we're working towards.
For yourself, what is your message for Linda and Shingila?
No, I've been working hard. I'm looking forward to the fight, and I'm always going to bring my best, and I know he'll bring his best. And at the end of the night, the one who's put in the work will come out victorious.
It's never bad blood with you, hey Boyd. It's always like it's always like the best man may win.
Yeah, no bad blood. Like I said, I don't know my opponent. I have nothing against him. I'm just there to do my job.
All right. Okay. So lastly, you want to send any thank yous, shout outs to anybody?
Yeah, just thank you to all the supporters, all my sponsors, all my teammates, the gyms where I train at, my coaches, SA Boxing Talk. It's always nice, ESPN Africa for the new promotion and the opportunity for South African fighters to compete and fight on.
All right. Thank you very much, Boyd, for speaking to us.
Thank you.